How are you all? Hope we are all okay by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I will talk about the age of Elizabeth period. Um, so let's get started. We have to learn about what is Renaissance. Last video we will talk about what is Renaissance, but it's been long time, so I will repeat the Renaissance period. So let's begin. What is Renaissance? We all know Renaissance, but what kind of Renaissance? What is the purpose of this Renaissance? We have some questions, so I will answer the all questions. Renaissance, the birth of new era, the a new revival of the poetic and spinning into the revolutionary age period or achievement. We know all. It's start in the late 15th century and continue with last of the 17th century. Stands as an early summit of poetry achievement, the era in which the modern sense of English poetry. This age not much significant, not only literature, not only their times, their society, but also as the darkened age of English literature. So it has four parts like Elizabeth period, Jacobean period, Caroline period, and Commonwealth period. Now we are talking about the first part of this age, like Elizabeth period. Elizabeth period was first name of this period, Queen Elizabeth I. It is called Golden Age of Literature. Some important things and facts which influenced by this time, by this literature of this period. First, we look forward to these points. With the occasion of Queen Elizabeth, Elizabeth I dynastic problems and political troubles come to the end. Religious and social stability brought about national prosperity. Third, the religious reformation. It is the main fact in this period. Inspired religious tolerance and secularism. She, the queen, introduced by Elizabeth I to settle religious problems. She introduced as a religious views named Anglicanism. It has a long history. We will talk about some other video. Mainly geographical and astronomical discoveries of this period of the previous decades brought unlimited fortune during this period. Fifth, Renaissance that had started earlier was now very strongly felt in England. It brought ancient Greek and Roman wisdom to England. We saw various kinds of activities. Erasmus reached England and with John Calt taught humanism and other ideals of Renaissance. 6. The social life of England was marked with a strong national spirit. In this period, the major writers of this period and their major works, we look into this. First, Thomas More, born on 1478 and died 1535. Utopia, or Kingdom of Nowhere. The book was originally written in Latin in 1560. Norton and Sackville, uh, Gor- Gorboduc, the first English tragedy. Third, Edmund Spenser. Uh, he is called the poet of the poets because many later English poets followed him and his art of poetry. He is the craftsman on his time and of poetry. Second father of English literature, English poetry mainly. His literary works like the Francis Queen, The Ruins of Time, Amotiti, collection of 89 sonnets, Dafanida, Dafanida, Four Hymns, Astrophel, The Shepherd's Calendar. Sir Philip Sidney, sonnet writer, one of the most known poet of English Renaissance, mostly known as an apology for poetry or the defense of poetry, called called him English Renaissance precursor. His literary works, The Lady of May, Astrophel and Stella, Arcadia, an apology for English novel, an apology for poetry, literary criticism mainly. Uh, his quotes is either I will find a way or I will make one. Christopher Marlowe. We all know his name, his literary works, his fame. He was a proponent of blackbirds, father of English tragic drama, one of the famous writers of English Renaissance. Alfred Tennyson called him as the morning star, and University wit is titled Father of English Tragedy. The Morning Star, famous dialogue, man is the maker of own fate. True, there is no sin but ignorance. 3. Honor is purchased by the deals we do. Hero and leader. His famous literary works is Dr. Faustus. It is a tragedy literary work. Hero and leader. Edward II, the Mercury of Paris. Timberlane the Great, The Jaw of Malta, The Passionate Shepherd to This Love. Dido, Queen of Carthage. The most important and most famous writer, famous dramatist, famous novelist, we all know his name, William Shakespeare. He was called the Bard of Avon. Wrote 37 plays and 154 sonnets. Of the total 37 plays, he wrote the following 25 before the death of Queen Elizabeth I. First, Henry VI, first part 1591 to 92. Henry VI, second part. Henry VI, third part. Richard, The Comedy of Errors. Titus Andronicus, The Taming of the Shrew. Love, Lovers Lost. Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream. The Two Gentlemen of Verona. King John, Richard II, The Merchant of Venice. Henry IV, first part. Henry IV, second part. Much Ado About Nothing. Henry V, Julius Caesar. The Merry Wives of Henderson, As You Like It. Hamlet, Twelfth Night, Troilus and Cressida. All's Well That Ends Well. Mostly important things is In this period, it is all about the Queen Elizabeth's ruling time. His ruling time is about 1558 to 1603. It is called Golden Age of English Literature. The most important feature of this age is first, Elizabethan literature reflects a great victory of creative genius. Second, that demonstrates experimentation and innovation in dramatic and poetic forms and techniques. Third, it is deeply influenced by the Renaissance spirit, especially by the Renaissance literature of Italy, France, and Spain. Fourth, in a style of exhibits romantic experiments. Fifth, its writers are all men, not women, mostly important, from all classes of all the society. 6. It is an age of exquisite poetry, unparalleled drama, and splendid prose. 7. It marks a shift from man's fate to his free will. 8. It develops English language to a level of stable and standard. 9. Its spirit range from the Platonic idealism to the delightful romance to the level of gross realism. It initiates literary criticism. It reflects original romanticism that revived during the beginning of Romantic Age in 1798. Basically, in this period, we all saw a very common thing, experiment, techniques, romantic era, romantic influence, and mostly their influence of that society. So in this topic I will show you and try my best to give you a short note and short important things to show you. Hope it will helpful to your study. That's all for today. Next video we will talk about the second part of this period, the Jacobin period. Thanks for today. See you soon. Tata.